Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Today I had the inspiration to do a video live from my healing room. I have two spaces. I have one space in Uenohara, Yamanashi, and another space in Mitaka. And I wanted to share some few things about natural health because there is a lot of confusion nowadays. A lot of people don't really understand or are confused about what is natural health and how the body is actually working. I want to talk about self-healing because the human body is really amazing. We have our own ability to self-balance and self-heal, and when everything is fine, I mean the body can balance by itself. But we are living in a world where we have been kind of destroying, or we have been through against the natural rules of life by just destroying our soil, destroying the quality of our air, well, and so many things. So now the body is more struggling to recover its own balance, but it's still possible actually to try to balance more your body and your mind, and there is few things that we can do. Um, of course, according to the environment, we always try to do our best with what is, because this is all what we can do. So for our body and mind in good health, what I would recommend is really be careful to the food that you eat. Of course, this is super important. Try to prefer some organic foods. Why I say organic? It's actually it doesn't really matter that it has a bio label, because this is just a question of marketing. But it's better, it's more safe when you live in a city to buy something organic, because you are more close to something natural. Of course, when you live in the countryside, it's much easier to get access to vegetable who has been growing without chemicals. Why I'm talking about this? Because when you eat some food was been growing in a soil with in lack of nutrients, or a soil has been destroyed by years of using pesticide, the vitamin inside the food is getting lower and lower. What I say, for me, it's just very logical, and for a lot of people into health as well. But there is still many of you probably that who don't really realize that, I mean, it makes really a huge difference for your body to remain healthy. And also the water is super important. I mean, if you just drink the normal tap water, it's okay to drink because it has been treated and etc. But because it has been treated, it kind of lost its natural property, its natural healing property. And you know, like water has property, and a lot of people knows today that there is, for example, I don't know what kind of brand you might know in Japan, but for example, in France we have a famous one called Evian, another one called Volvic. It's not for like talking about brands. It's just that we know that some spring water has some special values, some special property, and this is really good for our body. Actually, our human body is made of like 70% of water, and the water is an element who is super sensitive to its environment. It's sensitive to vibration, and vibration is energy. This is exactly the same, so no need to talk about spirituality to understand this. This is really physics. This is simple. So as the water can, you know, capture all the information, when the water is in movement, like in a spring, natural spring, it's constantly moving, it's live, and water who is not alive, who is in the bottle for a long time, loses property. So yeah, well, when you drink tap water, it's kind of the same, because most of the time it doesn't come from a natural spring, contrary to where I live, where we are lucky to have spring water. And also, of course, the quality of the air, because the air is your essence. it's super important. Of course, it's logical, but if you live in a place like in Tokyo and you breathe constantly, even though you don't really realize, because Tokyo's the air kind of circulate and you don't always have the feeling there is pollution, but there is pollution. So it's not always good for the body neither. So all these elements, there is much more to say, but I'm talking about the basics, which means the food, the water, and the air. And when the three elements are kind of, I mean, not perfectly pure, your body kind of suffer for not having a really good quality of life. Then even if you do really, you pay attention to your health, you might encounter some discomforts, disease, etc. So this is why sometimes it's good to get some complementary food or this kind of stuff. Well, of course, this is not ideal, but in the world we are living, I feel that's really useful. I personally want to talk about one that I'm taking. It's called phycocyanin. I really love phycocyanin. Why? Because of the color, because it's really beautiful. It's blue. I mean, I think everybody knows about spirulina today. And phycocyanin is a pigment, a blue pigment, which is inside spirulina. And I'm taking this brand, which is from like this one is called 5K, and it's from a company called the INBS, which is a really great company, and it offers really nice products. This formulation is from Switzerland, but as of course I am European, so I have connection there, and I could try it, and I imported a few in Japan. So if you want to try, feel free to ask me. This is a really, really nice one, and compared to other food complements or supplements, I mean, you need to take very less. So a bottle like this can last you a month and a half, sometimes 2 months. It depends on the quantity that you take, but it really helps to to kind of boost and optimize your natural abilities of your body and mind to self-balance for various reasons. I wrote an article to explain more in details, and if you have questions, you can of course ask me. So yeah, what else? I also wanted to share that right now it's autumn, and there is something you can do if you want to boost a bit your body. Of course, in Chinese medicines, we always prevent. We work on the meridian, and in autumn, we have to boost. We don't have to, but it's recommended to boost the lung meridian and also the large intestine meridian in order to kind of balance the metal elements in your body and to just give enough energy to prepare your body and mind to not being sick by entering autumn. So there is few things that you can do, such as self-massage. There is some few acupressure points. So today, for thanks the people who has been watching until there, I can teach you an acupressure point that I'm personally doing every day. This is here, right in the middle of your skull, right here, and you're going to kind of put your hand and you research. Where there is a little spot, there is kind of little hole somewhere here in the middle. If you don't feel anything, maybe you're just right next to it. So try to move your hands here, and then you breathe in. And when you breathe out, you just press. You breathe in, and you press. You breathe in, you release, and you press. If you feel a little bit painful, it means that your body might need. So you can practice this every day, and if you want to know more, you can also book a class with me. I teach you various acupressure points, self-massage and self-healing method, which is a kind of dance therapy or dance meditation style for 1 hour and a half, where I can really share a lot of things that you can then do by yourself. And if you want to do more in like private work together, I recommend you to book more a kinesiology session or a Reiki session together in Mitaka. Or if you want to come here in the countryside, you're more than welcome, because here we have, you know, pure water, beautiful space. As you can see, my healing spaces, really nice. So it's really up to you according to your needs. For people who live far from me, of course, I recommend to more book dance therapy session. So then we can work. And the distance, it's okay because I can still teach and correct you, and I feel in the distance because I am extrasensorial, so it's not a problem for me. But I always like a lot when people come in presence, because I can really read you, feel you. This is the same than in distance, but you know, human contact. But we need to adjust in this time, you know, like we are living in a really special time. The world is changing. We have been through a lot of challenges. I'm not going to talk about it because it's no need. It's just all positive because it's going to be part of big change where we are already into. So I wish you a wonderful day, and please take care of yourself, eat well, take care of your water. Be careful of the waters that you drink, and if you want to get information about the phycocyanins that I talked previously, please contact me. And if you're interested by session, please write to me a message, or you can also subscribe to my newsletter, and I'm going to put the link just below. Have a great day. Bye bye.